I wanted to come back on here and discuss the mindset of a CEO at the level of owning maybe a 50 or $100 million company in AR and R. And I want to just discuss kind of how individuals at this level get through plateaus and what I've received, obviously doing business where I do business. I'm a CEO and a strategist for other CEOs through my portfolio company. And I've been able to quote unquote take a few things from these individuals along the way. My notebook is just filled with basically everything you would possibly need to know about being the most capable and competent CEO and most clarified CEO as you possibly can at a obviously large level. Right, these individuals are good at multitudes of things, but I want to point out a couple things. One is signal versus noise. It's something personally I'm very deep in study about myself. I mean, I've got a couple of people like Steve Jobs who I'm reading autobiographies at the moment, and Stephen Bartley, who also has written brilliantly on the subject. Signal versus noise is just one of those things. Being a CEO of a 8 9 figure company, you have to be exceptionally good at being able to step into the office every day, look at your team, your product line, or even your just daily routine, and be able to say what is important and what is not important. Right? Signal and noise is going to be that filter in your life. Obviously, if you're operating inside of a corrected perception, it's going to be a filter that helps you do the things that matter and the things that contribute to you actually getting to your goals. It's why I'm a CEO of a portfolio company with multi-million-dollar trajectory at 23 years old. It's pretty abnormal, but it's because of things like the following, right? Obviously, being someone in a position where you're very responsible for things, is an entire company for that. You know what I mean? You have to be able to actually put this filter on yourself with no error in play. And that means stepping into your own routine and your own life and being able to look at yourself from outside of yourself sometimes and your company from outside of your company, quote unquote, to be able to say, maybe certain things aren't so important right now and certain things are or take priority, and it's because of obviously the weight of the task. I have also been able to kind of go into a couple other things like productivity inside of these individuals that I'm kind of working one-on-one with, and productivity at the level of obviously like 8 and 9 figure CEOs is also one of those things that honestly sometimes is like really struggled with. Again, like a lot of these individuals achieve success, achieve financial freedom, whether you're 25, whether you're 40. A lot of these guys are doing 7 8 figures yearly in profit, like for the CEOs or for the leadership roles. You know what I mean? These guys are making a lot of money, and I think they find very quickly that there's not that much like actual like fulfillment personally inside of making a lot of money online or making a lot of money just with a company. And in general, it teaches you a lot about yourself. Productivity is within the lines here, because I obviously like see these individuals like seeking fulfillment eventually, and then recreating an entire lifestyle based off just fulfilling themselves. So you become a much more productive person when you align to fulfillment, to purpose. And when you get rid of kind of the ideated desires that may be being held on to in an individual, I think sometimes we can even achieve things and still hold on to things from the past. Like myself, I still, because of trauma in the past, I sometimes hold a filter, feeling like I need to validate myself for the work that I've done. Yet I've been partnering with companies. Like at 18, I partnered with YSL in my video agency. I've closed 4 companies since then, and I am now the CEO of a portfolio company. Like I do just fine, and there's no need for me to necessarily like prove myself. But things like that are loops that you can fall into. So you have to be exceptionally good at keeping a filter in your life. Once again, signal versus noise, so that you can remain productive in your kind of daily exercise, and to the point of where you just on a daily basis are an extremely focused and strict person, working on only things that matter to getting to your goals or to bettering your life, and to honestly just like improving your enjoyment from working at such a high level. I think that's also something missing a lot inside of these business owners and these entrepreneurs. And what I see a lot on social media, because people chase so much, because everyone's like younger than you, they're making more money than you, or they've got the Lambo outside, and he's like a 20-year-old. It all creates a lot of desire, a lot of weight, and I think we have to honestly remember sometimes it's just about productivity and making sure we're doing the right things. Another thing is I'm gonna finish this off with a brilliant kind of simplification tool. Like I've been through quantum mechanics studies because of personal interest. I love spiritualism, quantum mechanics, theology, philosophy. I've been personally studying these things for a couple of years now, and I'm never going to stop. But they've taught me an exceptional lot within the strategy space as well. And I think being someone who understands that every person in this life can be boiled down to a really, really, really just fine point, and that is sometimes we just have mass or no mass, and it's weight or no weight. And CEOs at a very, very high level, like 8, 9 figure entrepreneurs, like not their companies 8, 9 figures. I'm saying they are doing 8, 9 figures in profit. These are the type of individuals that I work with. They're exceptionally aware of this weight, no weight, or mass, no mass, and you're actually able to give yourself mass through certain perceptions. And for example, me, I grew up and I was exposed to a lot at a very young age. I mean, I grew up on a private island, Manemba Island in Zanzibar, because my parents were in the travel industry. I've watched my mom do like just over $50 million in sales in the travel space, working with different, lodges around Africa, South Asia, blah, 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 blah. But you're able to give yourself these things that you sometimes lack to help yourself, these filters. And I see this because I was exposed to a lot. And then when I moved back to Cape Town, I've also, like in periods of COVID-19, I watched my family go through extreme periods of uncertainty. I've watched family had like suicidal episodes for years, and I've also seen my own mother, for example, struggle from financial stress and a very, very survival driven mindset where that filter that I'm talking about now isn't at play. And I'm very grateful that at a young age I was able to build that filter for myself, where I know it can be selfish sometimes if you're dealing with relational layers of life, but on a business level of life, if you're able to operate and take information how you actually need it while still seeing the veridical perception, meaning truth, you become a very powerful person. You become a person able to actually give yourself that power. That's that power from that filter that I'm talking about. The ability to give yourself mass, weight, because those with mass and weight, it's a physics thing. This is literally physics that I'm talking about. But those with mass attract and they hold weight. They attract others. They attract the things that they want. And to be honest with you, they're also very, very good weighted individuals, or individuals who feel like they have a mass at that maybe point in time because of perception, because of actions, and all these things totaling up into that mass. That mass becomes exceptionally easy for that individual to act and to have the will to act when he looks at his routine every single day and he sees a mad schedule in front of him and says, okay, I do know what I have to do to achieve my goals. Maybe you want to reach, just shy of $1 billion. Maybe you want to do $100 million in AR and R. It doesn't even matter. But whatever it is that these individuals have the ability to give themselves mass on command, like I do. Like, to be able to build a perception and a filter that can transmute negative energy, for example, trauma, and how that could negatively affect you being a CEO, to be able to transmute that energy into either interest or into something more constructive. That's one of the most powerful things I've personally seen at a high level CEO, like aggregate. And I also see it in myself and with some of the entrepreneurs that I'm closer with, maybe on a friendly basis. I think it's just a constant, and the people at the top are the ones who are really good at these things. So I wanted to just drop in here and give you kind of some of the principles that I've picked up while obviously working with CEOs around the globe at 8, 9 figure levels. And I wanted to obviously just have this mindset talk to give you guys a little bit extra power today, because sometimes business, it puts you in front of roadblocks, and it's only on us to get to those roadblocks. And it should not be the most dire thing. It shouldn't kill you. And trust me, the CEOs at the top are not letting these things kill them. So I hope that helped, and I hope that I can continue to help you. If you guys don't follow this channel already, this is my second channel where you guys can get more personal with me. Strategies, leaked private footage with clientele. I posted one yesterday. Basically, I sat down with one of my clients who's been with me for over 14 months, done over 300K R&R, and he actually just closed his agency to move into fashion. It's a very interesting episode if you guys want to take a look at that. It is obviously on my page. And for those of you who actually just want to maybe get more one-on-one with me and work together, it is an option. Obviously, you just have to send me an Instagram message. Keep it simple. We'll have a conversation, take a call, and we're going to see if you're the right fit. Not everyone's the right fit. I do have very high standards with my company. So let's see if you are, whether you're getting into that portfolio. I would absolutely love to help you if you are someone that is driven and someone who is obviously motivated to be the kind of person that I've spoken about today, and those principles that I've really just pointed out today. If you want to be that kind of individual, I'm happy to help you get there and to help you operate a company on the other end. So I'll see you guys soon. And if you guys aren't in a financial place to invest, I have free options all over the place. You guys can follow along this channel, or you can also send me a DM saying the words free, and I'll send you an entire free course that has $24,000 in value. I'm priced at an average price point at about $24,000. I'm a 5-figure investment. Let's just put it that way. If you do work one-on-one with me, so not everyone's there. So I decided to extrapolate all that information and just give it out for free, because that's not why these consultants in this industry should be valuable. I shouldn't be valuable because of one single course that actually gives away, maybe a product that I sell. I shouldn't be so worried and stressed that can take from me if I actually have the knowledge and skills that I say I do. Anyways, I'll chat to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Ciao.